I am screwed.
You're screwed? You're not screwed.
Yeah.
All right, I'm streaming on OBS. Let's see what YouTube says. This is the first time I've tried this, so excellent connection. Oh, let me actually share my screen, huh? Share my screen. I guess let's do this. Here. Okay.
Eating a cinnamon scramble with egg. That's really good.
Okay, it looks like YouTube is live. I have it on my television. I don't know if you guys heard of that, television. Okay, cool. So now let me actually open up a TTS room. So what I'll do is I'm gonna have this room open. Whoever is the stream feature match will use my room, but they'll be in a different channel so they can talk to each other, and then I can do co-casting. So let me do that now. Does anyone have any questions and stuff while we're still here?
This is best of one, right?
What?
This is best of one, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Open up Mutology. Alright, so let me do this. And let me change my screen share. Make sure the Discord notifications don't go off. Okay. Let me just make sure everything is good for the stream. So on YouTube, it looks like it's on the wrong screen. It looks like it's on OBS. Start virtual camera settings. Is anyone in the VC right now? Are they familiar with OBS at all? Let's see.
I've used it a bit, yeah.
So I have it streaming in OBS, and I have my YouTube open, but it looks like it's showing the OBS screen and not. Oh, maybe not. Hold on.
If you're screen capturing, it's just going to show you like what you're looking at on your screen. So if you have OBS pulled up, it's going to show you OBS.
On my laptop, right? Let me
Yeah.
Let me see here. On my phone, I'm on the YouTube link, and what are we looking at? Oh, there's a slight lag. Okay, all right. So it's whatever's on my screen. It's easy. That's simple enough. It looks like it's working.
Yeah, I'm watching the stream right now, and it's
So
fine.
you see the TTS thing? Okay. All right. So what I think I'm gonna do for these is have a bird's eye view, and then I'm gonna have the two lanes had a good setup here, but I don't have the overlays. I will have the light totals up here, so you can see where we're at, and then I'll just make that prettier. So in a moment, I'm going to go on challenge, and I will announce the first pairings, and I'll pay attention to who's in the stream right now. I'm going to remove the precons, get rid of those. I'll keep the specimens over here, and I'll keep reference guides for the players. So hopefully that is good enough for you guys. Okay, lock. Zoop. Very excited. I don't know how about you guys feel about it. I'm ready to go.
My heart's in my throat.
Don't be scared. I'm nervous too. This is like, you know, I'm asking for like broken stuff for crazy things, but that's also, you know, kind of the point too. So, all right, I'm the master. And let's see here. You know what? Let me open this in the meantime. All right. go to the challenge link, and we will. I already had it open. Okay, great. All right. Let's see how many people signed up for real. Looks like 8 of 9 participants checked in. That's pretty good. Let's just check in results. So now that will have the official bracket for the first match. Once I start the tournament, I want to thank everyone for showing up and giving me the time and attention to make this possible. Like, I literally can't do it without you guys. Because there are 8 participants, we're going to have 3 rounds. This will be a shorter event than we anticipated. Totally cool by me. I do think, and you guys can chime in, that we should keep the best of 1 with an hour game, and then we'll just have 3 unique games, and then we'll see where we're at. How do we feel about that?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, it's Saturday, it's summertime. Let's get out there. So if you're on challenge, you will see your first pairings.
Your detour. I'm gonna move down.
Yeah. So
I can remember.
I will take a screenshot, so I'll post it. And then if someone wants to be the for the on YouTube for the first match, you guys can chime up as long as your competitor or your opponent agrees, and then you'll be in the stream spotlight channel. Otherwise, anyone else can go into any other channel they want, and you can start whenever you like. So has anyone wanted to be in the first match on YouTube?
I'll do it if nobody else wants to.
How does your opponent feel about that?
I don't even know who my opponent is. I don't see the name in challenge in the call.
Let me post it. Hold on. I hope he's here. Let's see. Mountain here. Yeah, you're Mountain. You're here. I think. Let's see. All right. First match. Zenkai and Dewey, do you guys mind being in the first match on YouTube?
Isn't my opponent Detour?
Oh, hold on. I got you confused. You're Yui, right?
Yeah, Mountain.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm posting the first match.
Zenkai's first opponent is Uwu PS.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, it's you.
Where are you seeing matchmaking?
Here, I just tagged everyone in competition announcements. This is the.
Oh, I just saw currently signed up. Okay. Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong bracket. Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down.
So, Kaiser and Mountain, you're gonna go in my stream here. The password is 101, and the channel is just called Mutology with the lowercase.
Okay.
So you guys can go in the
101.
Yeah.
Mutology in lowercase?
Yeah, that's right. You guys can go into the stream feature channel, and I'll just be streaming.
Wait. One more time. Room name 101.
No, the room name is Mutology.
That's the password.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mutology.
The room name is Mutology. The password is 101.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Fufu, do you want to go in Shelly's morgue?
Sure.
Don't forget to give us permission, Germ.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when I do, I'll do that when I see you guys pop in there. Good luck to everyone.
All right.
Thanks for showing up.
All right, we're going to stream feature.
Yep, I'll be there in one moment. I'm just gonna jump to. Actually, I'll stay in here so I can talk without you guys hearing about me. Everyone else can file off.
Game.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to promote the 2 competitors here. They're already in the game.
You want to go into Waldo's Sea Loud?
Okay. Yep. That's fine. I was trying to figure out which room we were going to. That's fine.
The choice is yours. Okay. So this is the first custom game tournament that we have had. We had a starter deck tourney last month. So those were using pre-constructed decks. This game is going to have people express themselves by building decks that they want using the card pool that they had available, which was basically all the cards from those precons. So now they can put them together and do whatever they like. Right now, I'm watching Zenkai set up a Volkova deck. Volkova is a character that has kind of a high risk, high reward strategy. She has very tanky mutants, which like taking damage counters because you get value and rewards for being slapped, basically. So she'll be an enabler and a payoff. Her opponent is using Mr. Smart. Mr. Smart is a token aggressive combo kind of character. They're going to be spamming a lot of specimen tokens, which are 1/1 little baby mutants, and they'll be finding ways to pump them up and make them more formidable. So I'm very excited to see where this match goes. This is, again, match 1 of our custom deck tournament. Hopefully they will be smooth sailing from here. If there's any questions, I may have to step out and answer those, or I guess I'll bring you guys with me. And I'm not sure if they're ready to begin yet. It looks like they are just making sure that everything is loaded properly. This is, again, the first time people are going to be building decks on their own, so this may not be immune to bugs and snafus. Maybe something doesn't load properly, but hopefully I've done the best I could to make that as seamless as possible. The other cool, quirky thing about this tournament is that there is a fun mix of competitors this time. There are people who are very rusty with the game, are familiar with it from a different iteration, and are trying it now that it's finally in a competitive spot. And it's also being mixed in with people who are looking at Mutology more proactively or have been involved more recently. So it's a mix of old and new that everyone is kind of familiar with the game now. So there may be, again, questions and clarifications. That's what this tourney's for. It looks like they are still figuring out who's going first or discussing what's going on with the decks here. I know Mountain built the deck, I think today, like a lot of other people, which is expected for this kind of thing.
Question, Jim.
Yeah.
My extra deck cards, like the Swarm Queen, goes on the side somewhere, or do they stay in my main deck?
They go outside. The stage 2
Okay.
mutants go outside, so you should have a
That's what
45
I
card
thought.
main deck. Yep. Unfortunately, they don't load the two faces, so you'll have to look at them that way. But when you load that deck in, they're usually right on top. So I don't know if you shuffled and now you have to pull them out. But yeah, they're outside the deck. Like you see how Doom Bloom's out there. Swarm Queen would do that too.
Okay. It's public information, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's public information at this time.
Okay, this should be all.
Thank you. I'm here.
All right, I am set.
I'm excited, dude. Have a good game.
Thank you, sir.
You should have
Zenkai,
a
you
45
wanna?
card main deck. Just make sure you have that after you take those guys
Yep.
out.
45 main card. Yep.
Perfecto. Okay, great.
Okay. You want to roll to start?
Yeah, we can roll.
Ah.
Oh, we actually got a
Oh,
roll.
that
There you go.
Oh, that was a spicy roll.
I can go first.
Okay.
Good luck, you guys.
Whoops, I did not shuffle.
I was like, either that or
I'm showing.
that's the
I'm
worst hand
showing
I've
I
seen
did
in my
not
life.
shuffle. Yeah, I didn't.
Oh.
And
Probably
then we
did
have
shuffle,
our,
but that's fine.
yeah, we have our mulligan we can do.
Yep.
Gonna mulligan one.
It's a perfect mulligan, right, Jim?
In the sense that yeah, I think that's what that means. You
Yeah.
put the cards face down, then draw, and then you shuffle those reject
And
cards.
then, yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Kind of like this hand. Yeah, but we'll keep it. We'll keep it.
Are we ready?
Yep, I am ready.
Alright, cool.
Are you
Then I will
ready?
go first. I will pay 1 to play flop and pass.
Draw. Gain 2. Right, second player gains 2.
Right.
Hmm. I don't want to do this.
Okay.
So I get 1 purple into my reactor. And then create 2 specimens.
Okay, folks, I am just stepping out of their voice chat room so that I can speak freely about what's going on. Again, Mountain is using Mr. Smart. That is our token spam sort of character. So what they did is they just created 2 specimens using a procedure card. Procedure cards are kind of like a one and done, slow spell speed kind of thing. You play it, it makes the rad for you, it does its effect, and then you discard it. It goes to the morgue. So with those specimens, Smart wants to push early and try to overwhelm the opponent before they can maintain or set up some sort of board state of their own. It looks like they're deciding whether or not they want to move them at the end of the turn. However, the other cool thing about Smart is that he grants specimens rush, which allows them to move outside of the deploy step, which means you can attack with them. In other card games, you may the comparison might be like a unit coming in tapped because they are starting in this zone called the lab. If you see that back row there, Zenkai has the flop in her back row, and Mountain has the specimens in their back row. That's the lab. The field, that space in the middle that has those 5 segmented slots, those are the areas where you can attack and block from. You're also susceptible to being targeted by the opponent's effects up there. But the movement between those zones happens towards the end of the turn. So it looks like what's happening is Mountain is moving them during the... I guess they're trying to decide if they're ending their turn to move it or if they're moving it as a rush keyword action. If Zenkai takes 2 damage right now, that's how I know that Smart is moving them up before deploy. So that's just being considered now. So I can zoom in for a moment and show you the art on the specimens. The first and second place winners for this tourney will receive copies of these. They'll have them in their collection. I'll put them in sleeves. And the winners of the last tournament got them as well. These are fun collectible prizes. They're just tokens. So the alt art aspect of this card game can shine really with the specimen cards there. So it looks like he's actually holding them back in the lab, possibly to protect them, and Zenkai is already off. I'm using the Ken Fatale to deal a bunch of damage to the flop. Now, going back to Volkova's strategy, she likes having damaged units because that's where they really shine. So the assistant cards are sort of the enablers that allow that to happen. Ken Fatale very simply deals a lot of damage on play. The flop can take that because it has a lot of health and it likes taking damage. As you can see here, it lets you draw a card. So now I see Dewey is possibly activating Smart, which allows you to produce more mutants anytime you would normally produce them. And by that I mean specimens. Specimens are mutants, but those are the tokens. Okay. Now, Macroamoeba is a low-cost mutant that has Rush, so it's one of the more aggressive mutants in the game. It's probably one of the only truly aggressive or aggro mutants in the game with a turn 1 play like that. It does have very low health, but the point is to grant Specimen's Pursuer. Pursuer allows you to choose how the opponent's going to block by forcing it to happen. So it looks like this specimen here is pursuing the Chem Fatale to pull it away so it can't block the other mutants, like the Macroamoeba itself and this other guy. Just checking. Checking notifications here. A one-man band today. Okay, I see a lot of specimens on the board. Now, Inspect the Biodome is another procedure. It allows you to examine the top few cards of your deck, depending on how many mutants you have. Examining is similar to like a scry effect, but only one card stays on top. The rest go at the bottom of your deck. So it's a little more selective. I prefer this method. Obviously, I'm making the game that way. And it looks like they are checking their keywords and things. Maybe he's looking at what Examine does. And I guess they are drawing the cards to look at them instead of right-clicking. Everyone has their own way. I'm sure Zenkai will not let them get away with that. Okay, the choice has been made. The game continues. It goes in the morgue. And with one brain left, what will Mountain do? It looks like they are doing another go-wide attack. Or they didn't do it in the first place. So I didn't see Zenkai's health go down. Point. Okay, let's jump in there and get some commentary.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's going good. Necessary clash or do.
So I'll take 2 on Fatale, and then I take 7 in the actual swing. They don't need to tap. There's
Oh,
no
they
tap.
don't.
Yeah.
Okay, enter.
Yeah, because they're just always active to. As long as they're on your field, they're always active to defend. And
Correct.
I will go to 5. And then at turn start, my flop mutates into Vim, Vigorous Vim, and automatically moves up to the field when he mutates.
Okay.
And then I draw a card.
It still has a summoning sickness, right?
There's no something to.
Oh, okay. So it can attack.
Yeah, that's why your Macroamoeba and stuff can swing.
I thought my guys can swing because they had rush.
No, Rush just allows them to move up.
Yeah, if something's in the
Okay.
field during your action step, you can still do a clash with it. You can the comparison might be something like your units are entering tapped because they're entering the lab. But if you were able to move it into the field before you attack during that turn, it's eligible to attack for you. So that's why
Gotcha.
Rush works like that during your action step, because the move step, that deploy, happens at the end of the turn. So this allows you to do it one whole phase beforehand, so it's way more relevant.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm gonna pay 1 for a Necrosiphon. I'm gonna pay 1 for a Contaminated Crony. And I will pay 2 for a Defamed Captain. And I will pay 1 to Brady Necrosiphon. And then
spooky.
on Clash, I will swing both my Fatale and Vigor's Wing.
Okay, so that's a 6 damage.
That is 7. Vim has 1 extra.
Oh yeah, we have the radiant.
Power
Yep.
from the every.
Yep. I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay. Draw, and I'm at
Yeah,
6 now.
Yeah, I gotta move. No, 5.
5.
Because you have. But my deploy step only move.
Okay. And then move them up from your lab onto your field. And then this gives me 2 damage, right?
Nope, it does not have 2 rats on it.
Oh, it needs 2. Okay.
And
yep,
I don't have anything to obliterate anyway.
Gotcha. Cool. Where are we? I think this works how I think it works. So if I pay 2 to play this, whenever you're ready, you can generate a red for each other. You control the same name. So I can spend 3.
So you would put you at 2. Yep.
Yep. To play MILF assistant into the lab.
The mutant liberation front.
This assistant comes into play, create a specimen.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter because I have rush, right? I can just do that.
Yeah, on your Clash, we'll go.
Oh no, I have to pay for the rush. No,
Yeah.
it's always there. It's always there. I pay
You
to
have
have
to
it.
pay to create an extra.
Yep.
The
Beautiful.
rush is at the start of the clash phase, so
And then she
technically-
generates a purpose. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. And then I can play Quantum Entanglement. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Quantum Entanglement for 2, which allows me. Oh, but then I have to pay 1 to irradiate, right?
Yeah, you won't be able to afford to irradiate.
Okay. Can I have a take back cease real quick?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. I will just pay. I was at 3 mana. Or sorry, I was at 5.
So you
I'll
don't
pay
have this
1.
one, right?
You don't
I'll
have
pay
to
1. I'll pay 1 to summon that using Smart's effect. Right until the end, if you would create it. Oh,
It
any
creates
number.
an extra.
Yeah, it creates an extra.
Yeah, that's awkward. Okay, I'll just do the same thing then. I'll just do the same thing.
Okay.
And now I have 2 mana. I gain my radiation. Pay 1 until the end if you would create any number. Specimens create that many plus 1 instead. 2 brains left. Thinking. I'll play 2 for this.
You get
Okay.
another round.
Yep, let me get a red.
Actually, wait. 2, 4. Yeah, you should have 4 total. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to declare an attack with all these guys.
Okay. How are you going to use Pursuer? Are you going to use Pursuer on any of them?
No, I'll go face.
Okay. I will use Crony to block Macroamoeba.
Okay.
I will use Divine Captain to block 1 of your specimens. I will use Fatale to block 1 of your specimens.
And does this get sent back to my reactor when it?
No, it is gone.
Okay.
So, and then I'll just let 2 of them go through. So, this Crony will die, and then when he expires, I get to irradiate.
Mhm.
And then I'm having Fatale and Captain block 2 of your specimens, so they'll take 2.
Okay.
And 2 of your specimens will go down, and I will take 4.
Okay. And then I can move a creature up, right? So I can do
you
this.
lose 2 of your specimens, though. 2 of your specimens should be gone.
Boop, because you ran into them.
They ran into me.
They ran into.
So her effect will continue to remain active as long as she's in the lab, right?
As long as
Whether
she's on the
lab or field.
as long as she's in play.
Okay.
You can use it anytime you play a non-specimen mutant.
Yep, I will end my turn right there.
Alright, I will 5 and draw 1. Defame Captain turn start. I was supposed to do it before I draw, but activate Defame Captain so he can damage himself in 1 other unit.
Yep.
I'm going to do my capital. And so now my Vivian Captain and Campfire both have armor. Now I'm going to pay 1 to play hazardous conditions. I gain an alpha rad. And do 2 damage to my Necrosarban to do 4 to your activist. So is deceased.
You're gonna okay.
Yeah, I'm bolting it.
Not my MILF.
And then I will pay 1
Okay.
to use status report. 3 of my units have taken damage, so this costs 3 less.
Whoa.
Gives me a rad, and I draw 2 cards.
That's the most I've seen that card discounted. Good job. I normally pay 3 or 2 for that. Paying 1 is nice. Obviously.
Yeah. Right,
So
now
in,
I'm going to-
in Mutology, you can attack with the creature and also block with that creature too?
Yeah.
Yes, there is no
Oh.
tapping. They're as long as they're in the lab or the field, they are active to attacking and block. So all your specimens are able to block.
Okay.
You cannot hurt anything on my field currently, though, because everything has armor. These 2 have armored, and Vigorous Fin will not take doesn't take clash damage. So when attacking, so
Oh gosh. At the beginning of the
The flop
turn,
is
if you do.
stood up.
I'm gonna pick 2 to play Standinol.
Okay.
So I draw 3 cards, then I can discard a mutant.
Okay, look, my goal is just to get you down to 10 health.
And then I'm going to use Volkova's effect
Uh-huh.
to ping my Kempfatal. She has armor, so she takes 0.
Uh-huh.
She will still get the power though, and I get the card. Correct, Germ?
Yeah.
That's the ruling we came to.
That's right.
So yeah, so she gains 5, and I get the card.
Oh lord.
And now I will swing with everything.
Okay, so that's +5, so that's 8, right?
It's 9 because
9?
Captain also gives it 1.
Oh yeah.
And then Captain has 2 power, and then Vim has 5.
That's my go?
Yeah, I'll let you go.
Okay. And I go to 5, right?
Yes. Every turn. You
Yeah,
cannot
you
go
have
above
0.
5 unless you bank mana. Unless you bank your brains.
Okay. Forgot you could do that. Okay. Whenever you play or create a non-specimen unit, you may remove 2 rats to create a reactor, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's pretty good. Whenever you can generate a rat for each other. Okay, so if I'm playing this correct, I can play this
For 1.
for 1, yep. So pop that over. And that will allow me to use her effect to spend 2 rads, right?
Yeah, they just go off and you get a specimen.
Pop this, and then she says when you, somebody says, into the end of turn, you would create another. Okay, can I use smart before I did that?
I'll let you pay the brain for it again.
Okay, yep. Yeah, because sorry, order of play. I intended to do that and then get the extra specimen, right? And then, no, I can't do that because then I won't have enough to pay for it. Sorry, I'm really getting mana effed right now. So I won't tap with him, but I will rush this, and then, oh, that's so awkward. He still has rush, but he doesn't have his effect.
Yeah.
And all your creatures have +2, so I can do this. Okay. Move on, create. Okay. So I will do this.
That costs 2. And you
Yep.
get a rad for it.
Actually, sorry. I'm misplaying a lot because this is my first time piloting this deck.
That's
So I pay 1. I think I want to do this. So if I pay 1 mana,
Mhm.
I can radiate this, right?
Can you irradiate a specimen?
Yeah.
Can you?
Specimens are
Okay.
mutants. Yeah.
Okay, just making
Perfect.
sure.
Okay,
I've just not seen someone do it, so.
So I want to.
It happens sometimes.
So okay. Order of play. I play that first.
Like one first.
Play that first, and then do that, and then do that, and now I can irradiate my other tokens, right? Is that how that works? Oh
when
no,
you
no, I
irradiate,
just gained
you
rats.
pay
I just
rats.
gained. I
So
just
they're
gained rats.
generated. So that means they come out of the blue. They're created.
Yep.
And then
So I
you
get
just
for
slap
each
them
other
on.
unit you control with the same name. Okay, so I only get 2. Gotcha. And then I get the +1 from the card itself.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that was a big boy play, right? Anyway, so that was 5 minus 1
They can go
minus
crazy,
2
yeah.
minus 1. I think I have 1 more mana. Am I correct? So that's 1 mana, 2
And one for
mana.
Macromoeba, spent 2 for that. You spent 1 irradiating, so that's 2, 3, 4.
Yep. So I have 1 mana left. Pay 1 and 3. Okay. So that's a misplay, right? Because I need to tap him
I mean, you don't have to.
so that I get the extra radiation. Oh, actually, I'll just spend 1 mana.
Mhm.
There you go, daddy boy. Okay. Now I declare an attack with all my creatures.
Are you using Pursuer?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll let you divvy it up, but they all have +1, except for this one is a 3.
I'll use Defend Captain to block your specimens.
Did you generate the rads with quantum entanglement? Were you able to irradiate the one time after using that? Or did I miss?
Oh yeah, you have to irradiate. Yeah, you have to irradiate. I think you went back and did it, right? You did it. You went back and you
I
went
just wanted to make
because you
sure.
meant to get the thing out of it and then radiate it.
Understood.
So yeah, I play. So the order of play was this first,
On
and
irradiate.
then and then you radiated that, and then that triggered all the 3 the 3 tokens, and then I spent 1 more mana to irradiate this to give it the secondary effect.
So so if you played entanglement and then you irradiated 1 specimen, these other specimens get gamma rays, but they're not from the reactor. They're generated and placed on them.
Are they?
Yeah.
Sure,
If you
you
play
control.
entanglement first, and then you irradiate 1 specimen with the gamma ray.
Okay, so they all get.
Yeah. So
Wait. So I can instead of irradiating my Micromoeba, I can irradiate this again, and then this will proc a second time.
No. Read the card. When you control with the same name as the irradiate, add 1 of those generators to each of those other units. So you generated the 3.
They just spawn on top of him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you spend the 1 to irradiate.
Okay, sorry.
I just wanted to. Yeah.
Okay. So wait. If that's the case, then I can also. I still have 1. Right. I still have 1 mana. Of 1 brain. I can spend my 1 brain.
Yes.
Radiate them again, and then spark. Okay, I'll do that instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I
That's
thought
the
it
best
spawned
use
into.
for that card. You want to play this and then irradiate at least more than once, because then you could do.
Okay.
That. So the 3
Now I
color
declare
ones-
an attack with my entire board.
And now-
this guy's too.
Yeah,
Oh no,
now they're
sorry, it doesn't have the gamma.
No, yeah, Macromoeba doesn't have it anymore.
It's
So
not-
Yeah, but he still has rush. I'll swing with rush.
okay. I'm just gonna use my 3 to block your 3 specimens.
Which one?
I'm literally just using my 3 to block your 3 specimens. All your specimens die, and then I lose my Defend Captain.
Gosh.
I lose Kenfatao, and then my Vim takes 3.
Okay, and then this dies too, right? Did you block?
No, I didn't. Yeah, no,
Okay, you didn't
I
block
can't block. I only have 3 blockers.
Okay.
So I just take.
Okay. End turn. Wait, I lose though, right? Oh, unless I block. Unless you have rush. Okay. Can I go back and move this up? I'm sorry for all the misplays. Just have a blocker on the board.
Sure, I'll let you do it.
Okay, thank you. Just to keep me alive a little bit longer.
We have about 20 minutes left for this first match.
Yeah. I'm going to play.
I'm running into overtime. I'm kidding.
We'll see if she throws a giant pig at you or something. That's like Volkova likes to do sometimes. We'll see.
His deck is scary, dude.
She, Zenkai has been working on this for a while. I think she's got a good one here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, I could tell like the difference in our gameplay.
We've had a lot of conversation about it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a professional, dude.
She's good.
I'm going to
And you
play
just re-obliterate.
standing on. Draw 3 cards.
He just has to hit me for 5 and then do the necrobin.
Necrocybin burns for 2. Yes, that's correct. Necrocybin's one of the. It's a popular mutant. I've seen it in a few custom decks.
Going to pay 1 for. You have 2 cards in hand. I'm gonna pay 1 for Impulsive Physicist. They're rad.
This card came about after the starter deck tourney. I'm glad for it.
And then I pay 1 to attach a rad to it. And since I irradiated, I can do 1 damage to one of my creatures, and it gains +1 power and momentum.
Momentum. Oh gosh. Mercy.
So it's up to 7. And then I will swing my Vim.
So I can block with my biggest creature.
And it will die.
And I
it will
take
4.
4. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're gonna. Oh,
And
he
I
can't use it. Cool.
Pay 1 for hazardous conditions, doing 2 damage to my Necrocybin, dealing 4 to your base. And that's GG.
Nani Denaro. Okay, GG. Good game, Zenkai.
Good game.
Excellent work, you guys. Thank you both for a fun match. We have about 15 minutes left to go. Let me log your results on Challenge.
Sounds good.
Report scores. Kaiser, 45-11.
I wonder if anyone else has a specimen deck in this tourney.
I don't know what people brought 100%. I'm very curious. I'm very excited. I should maybe have vetted that a little better because I was just I imagine there's some Shelly decks running around, and I knew Zenkai had her Volkova deck, and I knew you were doing her token deck. That's about it. I think Deidre's has an Albert deck that I'm excited to see. They got a flying fish deck from what I understand, but we'll see how that functions in practice.
GG, Zenkai. I didn't even stand a chance, dude.
Yeah, GG.
King and Timix, how did your match go? You finished for about 20-30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Timix, did you get banana slammed? What happened? You seem upset.
I got I was massacred by 2 Doom Blooms.
Oh, one after another. What character were they playing?
Volkova.
King, you had a Volkova Doom Bloom. Nice.
Well, I mean, it was pretty much. It was very fast, very low interaction because it was just me. I mean, I drew to the blooms and 2 of put the name how the cards. I'm blanking on, but the 4 damage to a base or unit, 2 damage to yourself card. 2 of those and 2 of the blooms, and then just a couple swings. That was pretty much it.
Okay.
And then he got a big hit in with the behemoth and the specimens, but I'd already got him down to 6. So, and I had the other bloom ready to go.
Got it. Too little, too late then. Okay. Yeah, lab interaction is low right now. That's the next thing I'm gonna be focusing on after the tourney here. I already have suggested some ideas. Some people have given me ideas. And I think it's going to be across archetypes. It's not going to be like one character is very good at interacting with the lab. That's a mistake I made last year when trying to make Iwata a lab, strictly like lab matters character. That kind of morphed into what she is now, which is still kind of like, messing with the lab in a way that others don't. But I'm excited to address those details because it is just like a part of the game right now. So something to be aware of with deck building and things like that. And I think that, and there's a lot of different ways to mess with the lab. It's not just shooting it with damage or something like that. So
Yeah. Yeah, but the only thing I had thought of, like, if it was one of those things where you didn't want to have a bunch of specific cards, you just have it to where to interact with the lab, you have to pay extra costs, like, so it's more like a protection zone, and then
like attacks
whenever
or
you target
something,
something,
like a ward effect.
yeah, like
kind
you
of deal.
pay 2 extra to hit something in the lab. And this way, you don't have to have a deck full of cards that sometimes affect the lab, sometimes affect the field. It just depends on how that would work best. That was the other thought I had. Like, well, if you don't want to have a crazy amount of cards in the game to do both, or have to build, because your deck buildings are already, it can be tight. I figure out where can I put stuff in. Then I could see it being a thing where it's just a flat axe to ever interact with the lab. So you're not always safe. It just costs your opponent more to deal with it. But,
yeah, that's a thought. Let me just check in on the other competitors. Let them know we got about 15 minutes left, and then we'll break for round 2. I'll be right back.
That's pretty solid.
How we doing?
What up? We're almost finished here.
Okay, just want to let you know I got 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely make time.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Yo.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
How you guys doing?
We're doing great. I just got put on a 3-turn clock.
We got about 15 minutes. I just wanted to let you know.
Thank you. Yep.
All right. I'll catch you guys up in the Tourney announcement channel. See you soon.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah, looks like they're wrapping up soon. Let's see. So how many? Okay, we have 2 Volkova players. We have a smart player. Timix, what was your character? Iwata? Or
Iwata, yeah.
Iwata.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I think I don't know what no. I don't know what Detour's playing. I think they're playing a token deck, but that's what they play for the starter deck, Tourney. So maybe they're trying to do something new. Does anyone think they have the best deck yet, or is it still to be determined?
I think mine's good. I don't ever want to say anything of mine is like the best.
Who unequivocally is the strongest?
Yeah, so does player 1 draw for turn? Because when I checked the rules, it said no.
Yeah, I thought that was in the rule book, so I apologize if anyone's confused. I'll make a clarification once we're all here. Player 1 can draw a card. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't draw a card for my game, my first turn.
Okay. All right. I'll make sure that's super clear. I thought it was because some people were playing like that, and then others, I guess, like we're getting caught up. But I thought it was in the book, so that's on me.
No, it says first player, first round skips this step. Draw a card.
It says skip explicitly. All right, well, that's wrong.
Yeah, it's literally turn order, draw a card, first player / first round skips this step.
Okay. Do we have round 2 yet? No, we don't. Okay. So King has a point. Zenkai has a point. Everything else is TBD. What else are people doing this weekend? I know we're gonna wrap up a little earlier. Is anyone gonna get some vitamin D, or are they going to the beach or something?
I did my walk this morning, but I already said what I'm doing at this tourney. I'm not doing anything card game related for another like 2 or 3 days, and I'm gonna play Stardew Valley and learn Japanese some more.
Some more.
Yeah.
How are you learning Japanese? You're learning Japanese? How far along are you?
I've been studying for about 2 weeks, so I'm just like I'm right now. I'm learning about like how to like introduce yourself and stuff like that.
Mm. Yeah,
Alright.
I've been learning, but like on and off, so I'm like still not that good.
Yeah, my friend he went to go live in Japan like for a bit for like to do like study abroad stuff. And so he's been learning it, and I was like, you know what? It seems really cool. Like I just want to do it. I've learned Spanish a bit, and so I was like, I'll jump into Japanese, and it's been tough, but I've been enjoying it. And also, it's just nice to.
When are you guys able to stream? Can I watch you guys for the last 10 minutes?
Oh yeah, I got you. We're getting like close here. I think it's gonna be the last two turns.
Cool. Yeah, we're just talking about like Japanese lessons over there. I feel like we should stay on topic, which is like totally cool. But I feel like for the purpose of the live.
I'll deal 3 damage to this, I guess.
Oh shit, that's bad. What is it? The analyst?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really bad. Oh,
What did you sack to pay for that?
The
IBC RCM.
Okay, he got fired. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Terminated.
So he's a 6, a 3, and a 5.
2, 3, 4, 5. This is an 8.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, 7.
Yeah, because it gives +2. That's right.
Yeah. This is
it gives +2
in momentum. So 7.
Too bad this wasn't up there last turn. Tails sucks.
Yeah, the beefy move is a great finisher.
You could have moved it, but you missed the timing.
I missed it last turn. Yeah. I guess I'll swing all out. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's 8, 7. And this is at 5. 8, 7, 5. Got it. Okay, so 8, 7. That's what? 14? Can I count? No, 8 and 7 is 15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I can take
that.
that.
16? All right.
Is it 16? Jesus,
I don't know.
Well, hold on.
No, 9 and 7 is 16. So 8
4,
and 7 is 15.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
So I think
13.
I'll block the behemoth with the Fatale. And I'll take
But it's
14.
It's 20.
No. Well, I'm gonna block one. So
Yeah, it's 20 damage altogether. Minus what? 6.
minus 4.
Oh,
Wait,
minus
what?
4.
Is it 20 damage altogether?
Yeah.
So you got 8 here, 5 here. That's 13, 20. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me?
So the behemoth the buff is just when it's created. So afterwards, it's
Yeah, that was the standard.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
It just is.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? No. Wait. Okay, so if I can block something and only take.
They
one
all have
roll.
momentum.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about how much rollover I can take here.
Right.
I think it doesn't matter, right?
I don't think it matters because it's 20 minus 4.
Oh, fuck me, dude. Are you kidding me?
Check that math. So how much how much life does Chem Fatale have right now? 4?
4. Of course it's 4. Yeah, if it was 6, I'd be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is at 3 plus the 2 is 5, so that's 12. Plus the 8 from this, and after is 20. Minus the 4 from whatever I take. Son of a bitch, I lost.
Looks like the behemoth did what it was created to do.
Fuck me, dude. I had you next turn.
I bet. I mean, he had 6 left. Great
you
match.
See it. I got the 3 Simons right here. They were ready to go. Oh, that is so
That thing was created at the right time. Man. Okay.
And I healed this Chem Fatale of 4 damage over the course of 2 turns, and it still wasn't enough.
That's
actually
fun.
To think of it, it was this. It was botched operation. The deal 3 damage because I had another unit out and he killed it. Yeah.
Let me submit that
Good,
score.
good game. Oh my god, I had that one. That's so fucked.
Good game, guys. So the round 2 is already being propagated now. I will post that in a moment. Just join everyone else in the tourney announcements, and I'll be right there.
Okay.
All right. Hey, man, good fight, man. That was fun.
GG.
Yeah, good GG.
That was fun.
That was a close.
I'm glad I caught that on camera. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Okay. We are chugging along, folks. Sorry, I'm jumping between screens. announcements. Load a file. Round 2.
But the behemoth carried it.
Hey,
F.
Okay, I
Hi.
have announced the match 2 pairings. Besides Kaiser and Mountain, does anyone want to be in the spotlight for this match? Or it could be them too. I don't care.
I'm fine with not doing it, but if nobody wants to do it, like, I mean, I'll be the lamb.
Yeah.
Hey, Too Fluent, you up for it?
Later.
Yeah, I'm good.
Deejers and Too Fluent?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm game. So
Okay.
you guys can go in the stream feature. I will make the room for you guys. The room name
Cool.
is Mutology, and the password is 101. So that way I'll stream
Okay.
it, and you guys can talk in private. Everyone else can go in any other channel you like, and we can start now. I'll give you guys a 30-minute reminder again, and good luck to you guys.
Yep. Thank
Stay
you.
safe.
This will go Volkova, I guess. Zenkai, you get Volkova, since we're both playing that.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Vokola Palooza. Okay, so they're filing off. Again, the matches this time are Deejers versus Too Fluent. That's the spotlight for this one. We'll have Zenkai versus King. Those are two very good players. Both of them won their match. Again, this is a Swiss tourney, so people are sorted up based on record. So everyone is supposed to be matched to a similar skill. We got Timix versus Mountain and Detour versus Zilla. So I am giving the competitors promotion status so they can copy things, and I'll let them get situated. I don't remember what Deidre's bringing as a character. I know Too Fluent has an Iwata deck. Looks like they won with a Behemoth, so there's some sort of specimen sub-theme to the Iwata typical self-bounce value engine character that she is. Deidre's was telling me that they have a deck that uses Albert. If I'm not mistaken, we'll see what happens when they flip. I think they're going to keep it as a surprise. But that flying fish is a Apex Stage 2 mutant, difficult to get, but once you do have it, it attacks and doesn't care if it's blocked. The damage will go through. So having a big fat whale and then following that with Albert seems like a pretty good plan to me. So it looks like everyone's getting situated. Deeter's shuffling his deck. Too Fluent shuffling their deck. We're getting it moved. And they're figuring out who's going to be the first player. So the only hiccup so far was the first player didn't draw cards sometimes. They still won their match. So that's okay. Everyone knows now. And it looks like Too Fluent won the roll. So they can choose who goes first. That is probably dependent on their playstyle. Sometimes you want to go second and have more brains because you have a stronger play on a 2-drop than a 1-drop. But we'll see how it goes. And we are right on time, actually. It's about 2 o'clock right now. And yep. Wait. Oh, okay. Deidre's has an Iwata deck. I thought it was Albert. I was wrong. Iwata Apex deck, maybe. Now that's interesting. Yeah, custom decks are fun because I almost never anticipate what's going to happen at this point. I, of course, have the game balanced with the precons so that nothing is wildly running out. But after this game, I'm curious to see what people's strong opinions are in terms of power levels and the best play styles are and things like that. Okay, everyone's completed their perfect mulligan. Too Fluent is committing to it now. Iwata versus Iwata. We'll see if this game goes to overtime. I do have to draw back up. Yep, there they go. And they shuffle. And let me make sure there's no notifications. No one has questions. 8 players is a great turnout. I'm very happy for that. I always appreciate people setting time aside, especially on a weekend, to play a card game indoors in the summer during a very popular tabletop convention week to prepare for. And of course, I'm talking about Gen Con, I think. I don't go to conventions like that. Okay. Looks like Tuflint is looking at a mutant from the Iwata precon called the Tangle. It has a pretty strong ability called Pursuer, which we talked about before with Mountain's Specimen deck. And it has some card draw bounce synergies. Over here, Deidre's is looking at a couple of Bio Brokers, which are a card from Albert's deck, as well as the Guppy. Guppy, of course, turns into the Flying Fish, which I was talking about before, but we're going to play a Bio Breaker to generate some Alpha Rads, and we'll be looking through our deck a little bit, throwing cards out that we don't need, because an Apex playstyle doesn't need too many mutants in hand, since you're kind of investing on protecting the one big guy. That is the Apex archetype, one big dude. They're out of brains, so I guess they're figuring out now what they're going to get rid of. Goodbye, Grim Surgeon. And what's the second card? Unfortunately, Deidre's is not going to get the free Irradiate action, but they will set up their hand a little better. Okay, they threw away a second copy of Hatchling Zogira. They don't need it. And at the end of the turn, they've moved Bio Broker up. It is now a trump blocker. Okay, Tuflint looks like they have 3 brains and they drew a card. What will they do now? Setting up an intelligence officer early for Iwata is pretty nuts. This is probably going to guarantee Tuflint to have 6 brains for most of this game, as long as they commit to bouncing it at the start of their turn. They'll be generating more beta rays this way, and they'll probably be using that to supercharge their mutants for the late game. Okay, so now they're doing some playing of the mutant cards. They have an emerging entity, which of course has an additional cost to return something to its hand. So that's something that he has to decide on now. He chose the Tangle. If he bounced the officer, he would have gotten brain right now. Maybe they're deliberating on that. Yeah, looks like that's what they're doing to get a brain. Why wait till turn start when you can do it during your action step? So with that 1 brain, can they do something, or will they bank it? Looks like they're spending it. They played the same guy back out. Hello again. Okay. So it looks like they're ending the turn by going to the deploy step, moving all their mutants up to act as blockers. They will be able to attack the next turn. Okay, Deidre's is counting brains. You might have to do that when you're gaining them during your turn. I like TTS hand gesticulation. Okay. Deidre starts their turn. They got 4 brains. What will they do? Okay. Card is drawn. They got a hired retriever. Probably one of the better recursive assistants in the game, along with Body Bagger. And they play a Guppy. The Guppy has a mandatory effect. At the turn start, you have to irradiate it. If it expires, you get to hold on to most of those rads. They return to your reactor. But if you manage to mutate it into the Flying Fish, that is a great stage 2 finisher. It's a little goofy, maybe hard to pay off unless you're leaning really hard into Alpha, but we'll see what they can do. Deidre's did say they hit for like 20 damage with it, I think. So we'll see if that's happens this time. I don't want to jinx them. Okay, they got 2 brains left. Might want to generate some rads. Checking their morgue. Okay. The officer comes out. Okay. That Iwata reactor over here is getting fat. A lot of beta rays. The one over here has a little more variety. Less rads overall. They each got 5 cards in hand. 30 life. Plenty of options. Okay, a think tank. Now, think tank is a mod. Mods stay in the lab and they have countdown timers. Think tank has 3. And this card lets you draw cards when you're spending a lot of resources, which is something that Iwata likes to do. Put that for you. Okay, look at this big old pile of beta rays. What will they do with it? Okay, before they do anything with it, they'll be bouncing something to hand. I wonder what the entity will bounce to hand. Oh, did they miss that trigger? Yeah. I think they're discussing it now. Okay. And I have a rules discussion question. The question is, I thought player 1 skipped their first draw. Yeah, that's some more echoing of the confusion that will be addressed. That person's thankfully not competing, so it's just a comment that is true. Okay, so that's getting the free irradiation, and Iwata is bouncing the intelligence officer, so now she's got 6 brains. Okay, what are they doing with them brains? They're going to play another buyer broker, perhaps? Okay. So this time when Jesus plays buyer broker, it's going to generate the alpha ray, and for each mutant discarded by its effect, you'll get a free irradiation. That will be helpful to grow Guppy into the whale faster. So we're getting rid of the second copy of the Guppy, we don't need it, and Zogira, we're not committing to that. We are going to make a big old whale. So the beta ray will not contribute to its mutation threshold, but +1 power is +1 power. That will not hurt. Unfortunately, it looks like Deidre's has a handful of beta generating cards. So they may have to dig a little deeper to find what they're looking for. Perhaps the body bagger can help with that. Though I don't know what's in the morgue right now, I don't want to poke around. Body bagger filtering some stuff out like that is a good thing to do if you don't have the hired retriever. I consider these cards are like cousins, both from the Shelly deck, a character I haven't seen yet. Okay, they're going to the end of their turn. They're in the deploy phase. Moving all up, they're going to be blockers right now. I'm going to press F11. Okay. Looks like Tuflin is using a lot of what is in the Iwata starter deck package. But here is here's an example of some smart early game aggression with the Saboteur. Whenever it attacks, it's going to create a specimen attacking along with it. So Smart uses that to fill up a go-wide presence. But it looks like Tuflin here is going to push with a Poetry in Motion. So they get to irradiate a mutant, and then it gets momentum, and they get to do that a certain amount of times depending on their hand size. So it looks like they can do that 4 times. So very strong. That will definitely push over the edge because these assistants that Deidre's has have low life. So they'll be punching through them, and looks like Deidre's will take some collateral damage here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if we look here, the entity, okay, you do need brain power to mutate it, but it is set up to turn into the escaping aberrant the next time Tuflin has some brains. In the meantime, the Tangle does have its ability activated. It has reached its 1 beta threshold, so whenever it attacks, Tuflin can return another unit they control to hand to draw a card. So that is what makes the Tangle pretty popular. Looks like they're figuring out how damage is going to be distributed. There is a defender's advantage in this game, so Deidre's gets to block how they want. But Pursuer does mess with that, since Tuflin will choose who blocks or what blocks the Tangle. Looks like we bounced the Benefactor, which has an excellent enter the battlefield effect, one that will probably be addressed after this tourney. But for now, it makes the next card that plays after it cost 2 less. Pretty good. Pretty good for Iwata as well. Okay, and we are only 12 minutes into this second match. It looks like not too much life total damage has been pushed through, but this is about to probably set up what the rest of the game is going to look like. Whether or not Tuflin can hold on to their attackers and protect them from their next attack, and how much damage they can push through right now. So it looks like the Bio Broker bit the dust. Got some pointing going on. Okay. And alright, Deidre's lost 2 life, or 5 life total here. And now Tuflin is pressing pressure by keeping the Saboteur up into the field now. I have a notification. Someone says... Okay, Azilla says, does crude reanimation still obliterate the mutant if it becomes stage 2? Which is a good question. When a mutant becomes a stage 2, it is still the same unit, so it's technically not entering play, it's just changing form. So any effects or things like that wouldn't fall off because there's nothing leaving play and then coming back. Crude reanimation is a procedure that lets you play a unit from the morgue, and it gets obliterated if it would be destroyed, and then otherwise they would just be obliterated at the end of the turn. So there is some good questions about that, but because it is the same unit, it's not losing anything. Okay, we have a Hired Retriever entering the chat. Hired Retriever has a good enter the battlefield effect. When it comes into play, you can place a card from your morgue into hand, so that could be anything that you want. Looks like they picked up a Buyer Broker again. They need those Alpha Rays. They need quite a few more. So they grab 1. They'll draw 2. And they'll discard 2. I wonder if they will hold on to Enhanced Aggression. That is a great card once they have an Apex. It will also generate another Alpha Ray that they need. So, not surprisingly, they held on to that. And it looks like they're deploying their assistants to protect them from these tentacle monsters that Touflin is throwing at them. Alright, back to Touflin. Gains 5 brains, draws 1 card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in hand. Dieters is starting to feel the pressure, I'm sure. But they do have a guppy cooking in the back. I'm sure they wish those betas were Alpha Rays. But that is a 5-3 fish at the moment. Let's see what Touflin can cook up with 5 brains here. Well, the benefactor is going to give them $2 for free, essentially. And that lets them plop the critter out. The critter is a mutant from the Smart deck. It loves pumping up Specimen's power, and when it mutates, it turns into that unit that Touflin used to win against Zilla last game. Beefhemoth is a finisher. Okay, and we got an intelligence officer. So we'll be back to bouncing that to hand. Some viewers may be like, wow, this card's really strong with Iwata, and that's true. This game is going to have more lab interaction as we develop the competitive scene and seeing what what constructed play looks like in the first place. These are some of the first games I've seen since we've balanced the decks after the starter deck tourney that are completely original. Okay, looks like the Aberrant has been mutated. Rats carry over. Damage falls off. When you mutate to stage 2, it doesn't enter play. It is the same form. So that makes the Aberrant a 3/6 with those 2 beta rays that carried over. And it also has Pursuer. The other neat thing about this card is that if it would expire during your turn, it goes back to your hand, meaning the stage 1 form version of it goes back to hand. The Aberrant, of course, goes back to the extra deck since the stage 2 mutants are only able to exist while in play. They otherwise go back to that extra deck. So let's see what they do here. Let's get a bird's eye view of what Touflin is working with. They have a lot of tentacle guys. Even this thing has some tentacle guys behind it. And they will be dictating how blocking goes. This is some board presence control. First we'll irradiate the Tangled, so it has more punch. Nope, never mind, we're going to give it to the Aberrant. That was going to make it a 4/6. There's another Aberrant back there, that's a 3/6 that we don't care about. Oh, here is a Specimen. It looks like we're going to be attacking, probably with everything. But Touflin will be telling Dieters how they will be blocking. Looks like they're finagling things so it's clearer. Now, what are they swinging with in total? This is 3, 6, 10, 12, 13 damage coming at Dieters right now. Another question. Math is for blockers. Okay, so Dieters is taking their licks. Looks like they're doing it a piece at a time for their sanity. And we have 40 minutes left of this game. Okay, looks like Zilla and Detour finished their game.
Yo,
Zilla, you how'd your game go? Tell me about it.
well, I bricked.
You bricked?
I drew 4 draw spells. Didn't draw into my win con and got rushed to death. So.
Oh. Detour, are you entering this now, or should I do it? I think I see you here. Okay, I'll submit it. I got a point.
Yep.
Okay. Detour was our 3rd place champion for the Starter Deck Tourney. Zilla is creating a card game called Boundless and Encore. Detour has successfully funded their game called Scrapbots. I really appreciate that. A lot of fellow indie game devs are in the mix here, because all your opinions and everything, your time is important to me. So I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I suck at this game, but I really enjoy it.
I suck at your game too, and I say that with love. I enjoy like messing with it though. I enjoy like making tweaks and like discovering things that are obvious. It must be a weird case study for you, but
it's no, I don't know. It is definitely something that we should look into because, I mean, Detour definitely doesn't suck at the game. Very good, and all the other creators that I've noticed are not that bad at this game. Like they're pretty good.
There's a few people who haven't played in a few months, but everyone's generally aware of most things except for the first card draw thing. That's my fault. Detour, what character did you bring?
Smart.
You got a smart deck. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I'm rocking the smart rush deck.
Cool.
Did exactly what it was supposed to that game.
It really did.
That's awesome.
I'm rocking Shelly, and Shelly's cool.
So it looks like last tourney, Volkova got no play, and then this one Albert does no play. But
Really?
Teachers has a few Apex tools in their deck, and what looks like they're trying to build up the flying fish here. They have 4 of 5 alpha rays, but they've taken a few hits from Tooflint, who's doing pretty good. They got a lot of pursuing units in the field right now.
So Tooflint were doing really well. They were my first round opponent.
Okay. Oh yeah. So
and,
right now he's trying to get his beefy myth going. He has a few pursuers, and that looks like that's the finisher. And then Deejers is going to either make this fish and swing for lethal or not. That's what it looks like. I got here an aggro combo and a combo control deck.
Nice.
If I can put labels on it, which is probably wrong, but who knows?
The Deejers deck was at least pretty strong against my smart deck. He really able to just like keep recurring like jump blockers to deal with the specimens, and and then it took me down from like 29 to 6, I think, in one turn. And he misplayed and could have dealt like 3 or 4 more damage.
Oh my goodness. This isn't a Wada versus a Wada match, but the two decks are like wildly different. So it's cool to see that aspect of it.
The Wada's really strong. Yes. Like I was showing Tooflu in hindsight, probably not the best to show your opponent their combo, but you know. So they didn't realize that every time they bounced the ICM Benefactor, it would trigger the gerbil, so they'd get the irradiate.
Oh boy.
So you know, it didn't. They never actually put the mind mouse out, which is just like such a blow to me, right? Because it's like they won without the mind mouse. They were just taunting me with a 5 rad gerbil.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, you might not. Yeah, that was the discussion in the last tourney, whether or not it's a good idea to mutate into mind mouse or just make a really big fat gerbil.
Right, because the gerbil's going to get so big.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, gerbil as a card is like fine balance wise. I think ICM Benefactor is so strong.
Yeah. That card and the intelligence officer, like as early as possible in an Awada deck, is pretty nuts. But that's something that I've already talked about. We'll be interacting with the lab a little more. The cards that are like outliers, I think everyone agrees with. They do kind of stick out like sore thumbs. So that kind of tells me that everything is kind of in balance, and then the things that are stepping out of the line are like more obvious, like on like wholesale. So
yeah, like that's a good feeling, getting to the end of like the balancing spectrum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I wouldn't even be running these tourneys unless I felt comfortable saying that. So you know, that took like a year and a half to get to.
I was here. I was here for it. I missed Skullkite. Where is he?
Skullkite is lurking. They're in the shadows. Like, oh no, looks like, hold on. Tuflin has a Rise of the Mutants that just hit the board.
Oh no, it's over.
Yeah, 4 mutants in the field with the Saboteur. Fortunately, the Saboteur doesn't have room to make that specimen, but that's really not important. He's about to take a big blow, and I don't think they have no agency in this because of all the pursuers that they have.
Pursuer is such a strong keyword.
Yeah,
it really took me down in my last match too, because it was just killing all my things.
What was it? The Tangle that you were dealing with, or the Aberrant? Or
no, it was actually what was the
Macroamoeba.
It was Macroamoeba, giving it +1 power, but the what do you call it?
Oh yeah, and the
mod pursuer, yeah.
Yeah, that one. It was just giving everything pursuer. So I mean, it was mainly Macroamoeba though.
Yeah, that card got changed almost right after the starter deck tourney, and I imagine cards like the Benefactor will get a change afterwards too.
Yeah, I like Macroamoeba as a card. I think it's pretty balanced. Really, just like a setup card, requires you to have more. I don't remember Smart doing what it did. I thought, did Smart get changed recently?
He's hey, what's up, man? The Smart's text has not changed.
Wow, I guess I haven't played against any Smarts.
Mount, how'd your game go? Did you wrap up?
Yep, I won.
You won? Okay, let me mark that.
Yeah.
How'd you do against Timix?
It was rough at first because Timix had the little bouncing combo with the Iwata, but I don't want to. I put off a double quantum, whatever.
So you okay? So now you're like, oh, that's how that card works. One.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They be jumping.
Leaping,
if you will.
Timix, you got caught in the quantum entanglement.
The Quancy
tanglement. Rules discussion. Does MILF Salvatore put a 6 specimen on the field? No, there's no room, sadly.
MILF Saboteur.
You guys got me saying it. I used to have I used to be NHLF or Non-Human Liberation Front, but someone called me a coward, and I the next morning I was like, damn.
I can't. My ego
is fine.
I must.
Yeah, I love those cards. They're my favorite. The MILF faction. They're the only reasons why I'm playing. Mr. Smart is secretly into MILFs. So I love that guy.
Closet fetish.
Yep. So he's pretty open about it. He hired a bunch of just MILFs in his crew.
And he labeled them as such, and they're okay with it. So.
They're okay. They knew what they signed up for. Puts them in pods and stuff.
The way I have it is that they're actually breaking into his facilities and smashing stuff. And he's just like, it's good press, or it's like I can pay to make it go away. I haven't written the lore yet, but they're definitely not cooperating. It's just like he doesn't really notice the facility's so big.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah, animal rights.
He's paying the damages off.
Essentially, yeah.
We're just waiting on Dedgers now, right?
It looks. I missed that. King, how'd you do? King and Zenkai match. Who won?
They're not in here. They're still in Volkova's bunker.
Oh, I thought they were. My fault. Yeah, we're waiting on them too.
I can't believe this round 2 is almost over, and it's not even 2:30.
Yeah, I thought it would be down to the wire just like last time, but I guess when you build a deck to be more optimal than a pre-con, it just zips by a little more. Yeah,
that does make sense. Unless you draw all the draw cards and nothing else.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes.
Okay, we got 30 minutes left for this match. It looks like Deejers has 4 base health to Tuflin's 30. Going to draw some cards. Oh. I wish we got to see that fish on screen. I don't know if we're going to be able to. Yeah, so we got one more round, and then you're free. You're free to do what you want with any old whatever the lyric is. Okay, we got a body... Nope, never mind. We got an ice benefactor. I'm sure the body bagger is coming right afterwards. Looks like Deidre's is choosing between bio broker or body bagger. We got a body bagger. We're not going to make that 5th beta ray. I guess he's like, screw it. Okay. Got that 5th alpha ray somehow. I must have missed that. And we're going to end step. He's moving them all up and hoping that the guppy doesn't get smashed. But it looks like Two Flint can still control the bolt pretty well. They still got their 3 pursuing units. And they can make Behemoth right now. So it looks like that's exactly how it's going to go. Let's see if he's got something else beforehand. He's only got 5 brains here. So it would be a choice. Paying 3, which means he's only got 2 left after that, which is a much smaller investment. Let's see what happens. Okay, we got an intelligence officer. Okay, I guess they're going to kill it immediately to deal 3. I'm guessing that's going to get rid of the... Nope, it's going to get rid of the retriever, not the guppy. Okay. And then they're pointing to the cutlet. I'm not sure if they're doing it yet. I like when people move their hands passionately in TTS because I can like hear them, but even though they're not talking.
Yeah, they're like very erratic mouse movement.
Yes, exactly.
Oh damn it! Oh my god, this freaking card.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what Deidre's is doing now. Even he's scooping and he said I had this hand and I'm dead, or he's double. No, I think he's conceding here. I'll see if they join us. Hey. I wanted that fish to come out so bad.
Two flew killing it, huh?
Yeah, let me put that in here.
This is just too fragile.
Yeah.
How do we play this game?
What did you do?
Okay, one more for Two Flint. And we're just waiting on King and Kaiser. I'm sure they're duking it out right now. Two Flint, how are you feeling?
That's a good roll.
Not well prepared, but I guess prepared enough.
I thought this was Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, I've been like, no, the game's is fun, man. Like it's addicting, but I've been focusing on my deck and my cards, and I haven't put a lot like effort into looking at the rest of the card set to see what can counter it or whatnot. So I'm kind of like just in my zone playing my setup, so to speak, and not knowing how my opponents are going to interact with it. But
that's fair. That's kind of what this tourney's for. I mean, the game isn't like wildly customizable, right? You're probably using packages and like seeing mitigating that, but it's really cool. I really like this match that you guys just did because you had the same character, but your decks were very, very different. So that's good to see. I kind of want to, that's why I was happy to set up the custom tourney to see what people come up with.
Yeah, there's definitely some like rules clarifications that I'll give you feedback on. Like some of the stuff is just like read the cards, explain the cards, but then I guess the question was like sequencing. Like for instance, I had the Tangle, and then I had the Saboteur. So entering combat, and then the Tangle will like attack, but also the Saboteur. When the Saboteur attack, it should trigger a specimen, but then the Tangle should be able to bounce a Saboteur out of the way to bring a specimen in. In my logical TCG mind, thinks that's fine, but I don't know. This is your game, so
yeah. And again, the having a custom deck tourney is going to like dig those questions up because that's very niche and like it's a valid question. So if you had a full board and attacked, like just ignoring the Tangle right now, I mentioned in the comments, there's no space for that specimen to come in. So unfortunately, I mean, you have a full board, so that's the upside of that. The downside is you wouldn't get your little guy. With the Tangle here, I see what you're talking about. Right now, the way I have it ruled is that effects can sequence in the order that the active player wants, and then if there's a response, the defender can sequence how they want on their side after the active player. Here, I see what you're talking about because they both have the trigger when this mutant attacks. It's written the same way. So technically, how I look at it is that you could probably do that, but I can't say confidently right now. So right now, I think the way you played it is correct. But once I have like a comprehensive rule book and things like that, this is exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah, but I don't actually think, thinking back, I don't think it would work because
then you
I would have to have nothing here.
Yes.
I would have to trigger this to even create it, and then trigger this to move it out of the way if I wanted to or something. But
yeah. So that's why it doesn't work like that. But I see the space for it. So I'll clarify that. That's a good note.
I kept missing my think tank trigger.
Oh, your hand size could have been bigger. Damn.
Yeah.
You definitely needed it.
Definitely. The poetry in motion I thought was pretty good. I think you rated 4 times off of that, or did I miss that? I thought
like 5 times.
Okay.
It was 5 times.
That's ideal.
That was sick. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
What
I can't wait to have photos in my hands.
And this is just a general question for everyone. Like, there's no like sideboarding and stuff right now, but if you could make edits to your deck at this point, what sort of changes might you be looking for?
I'd pull Grim Surgeon out.
Okay. Have more alpha generators or something, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
I would also pull Grim Surgeon out. I don't know. I like him, but he's so expensive.
Yeah.
He's really expensive and he's so unspecified that he's only good against big boy.
Yeah.
He's really bad against big boards. Like they just pick their one piece thing.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah.
And I added him as sort of body removal, but he just does not work for that.
I see. There's a sacrifice archetype I'd love to flesh out after this sometime, and I think some Shelly cards are just going to be like literally ported over or reimagined. That's a candidate.
Shelly. Yeah. Give me more Shelly.
More Shelly cards.
I think I need to get some more purple reds out a little more consistently, so I might trade 1 or 2 pieces for that. But other than that, I don't see any more edits I could do. Although my research analyst she hasn't seen much play, so I might just swap her out for another Saboteur or something.
Fair enough. Yeah. The specimen deck I have with Iwata actually has a lot of 2-ofs instead of the full play sets. And I just have like a wider variety of guys that I cycle through because I don't need 3 copies if I'm going to recycle the one a few times, you know.
And also swap out Body Bagger.
Yeah. I love Body Bagger, but maybe it's not the best in every deck, yeah.
Body Bagger versus Hired Retriever. Hired Retriever is the better one 100% of the time.
Yeah, it's more straightforward.
For me, I feel like I think I might have had too many mutants in my deck.
Not enough fuel.
Because like in my first match I like bricked because like I had like 3 cutlet critters in my hand with like not much to do with them. And second match I just like did not have like the cards. Really?
Oops.
I don't think.
Yeah. But, I mean,
I probably should have shoved my specimens out, but like I was saving them for like when I got like Behemoth for Swarm Queen out.
It's a tough choice when to lose your guy to save your life points and when to keep it back to hit the back.
I was not prepared for the flipping double quantum.
No one is.
Oh, Quantum Entanglement is crazy.
Yeah, I filled my board up with 4 specimens and I just played double quantum.
Oh my god.
And I entangled him.
Pursuer is crazy strong. And it just nukes your threats.
Zenkai and King, how'd you guys do? Who won that one?
I did. I just flipped 3 buds and the game ends.
Okay.
Three?
I can't stop it. You know, I got down to 8. Oh, that was what with the I'm steadily swinging. But Zenkai only attacked me once the entire game, and which I blocked. So I died to 3 buds, and that was it.
You said 3.
Yep.
10,
3 of
20,
them.
30.
It's I literally like you gotta understand every single turn for like 3 turns was I play Mutant Wrangler, I summon Bud. Next turn, summon Mutant Wrangler, summon Bud. Next turn, summon Mutant Wrangler, summon Bud. Have your Vim flip. Swing Vim. They can't if they have to chump block it. Or they could just take the hit if they want and, start putting themselves in a position where they die to 2 buds. The Vim eats up one of your opponent's attackers, so they now have less attackers. They need to spend another turn to move their stuff up to get past your wall of grunts. Bud just flips 3 times and the game ends.
Absolutely diabolical.
If I had maybe a bit more momentum in the deck, possibly. I mean, it works. Or drew more of the those hazardous conditions. But again, it's just direct damage, like not without. I was swinging whenever I could, but there's just a wall of things, and momentum was the only way to even deal any damage for the most part.
Yeah.
Who is Uwu? Whoever Uwu's is, I'm gonna go down to it. Okay.
Dangerous.
Yeah, I have round 3 posted. Since we're only doing 3 rounds, do you guys feel about just doing the 3rd one right now, or do we want to take a break?
I'm gonna knock it out. Let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah, I'm fine either way.
Let's get it.
Do you think you could just basically just do like a 15-minute extension essentially? So for the dust that do need to actually do something for a second.
Oh yeah, that's very cool. Yeah. Let's do a 15-minute break. We'll pick up at 3 for round 3, and then we'll dust our hands at 4. Does that work for everyone?
I mean, everyone can do their games if they still want to. It's just because nobody else needs to do anything except me, so I don't want to hold everyone up.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, Dangerous, if you're down, I'm down to play right now.
Same, Tim.
Okay.
I'll meet you in the morgue.
Okay.
Yep. We'll have
Two Flynn, is that cool with you to just wait like 10-15 minutes?
Yeah, it probably won't be 10-15 minutes. It'll probably just be like a couple minutes.
Cool.
But I do need to go do something for a second.
No worries.
All right, buddy, you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can just do you know what stream game you're doing, Jim?
Let's see. Who let's see. Can I do who does anyone want to that hasn't been on yet?
I mean, I can, unless you want to do your whoever's 2-0. If you want to do like a top.
Yeah, it's me and 2 Fluent are 2-0.
So it's up. It's up to them if they want. If you want to do a finals match, that would make sense.
Let me watch you guys, and then when they're ready, we'll jump to you. Does that work for you guys?
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Zenkai and 2 Flint, you'll be the stream, but I will watch King and Detour play for a bit until you guys are ready.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Just gonna do some stuff.
All right. So with that in mind, if King or Detour can live stream, so I can watch it, and then
they're in facility. They already went to.
Oh, you're already there. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
they're
you're already in my room. So let me clear. 2 Flint just got to get out of that room, and I will give. Yeah, I have that room open for the stream, so 2 Flint can set up whenever they want, and then Zenkai can join when they're ready. Let me clean this up. Red. Okay. And let me jump over there. Hey guys.
Hello.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, when you guys can stream, at least just until Zenkai is ready, and I can jump.
Oh,
in,
sure.
if that's okay.
Sure. Yeah, let's see here.
And again, thank you for your time, guys. I appreciate you stepping out on a Saturday to do this.
No worries.
Been pretty quick overall.
Yeah, which I'm not upset with at all. You know, we can all get lunch after this.
Yeah. Yeah, right. No, I have things I need to do, but I figure we can. This is going to be relatively fast. It wasn't a big deal. Let's see here.
They're going much faster than I anticipated, and I guess that makes a lot of sense since they're more optimized, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. And if you have people, some with some experience, whatever, too, that helps.
Yes, absolutely. Everyone's at least played a little bit this year, which is huge. And I'm excited to make tweaks once we have some strong opinions. But I'm really looking forward to the conversations after this. Okay, you guys can start whenever you like.
Go back 4. Wait, who's your leader?
Oh,
Smart. Okay.
What did you roll? I rolled a 1.
I rolled 5.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah,
so are you gonna play first? Okay.
Sure. All right. I got 1 resource, but nothing super valuable, so I will just pass on the first turn.
Banging that one brain. Okay.
I do that all the time. There's so impactful plays to make it 1. So,
gotcha.
I mean, even on if I'm at 3 resources, I mean, unless I'm doing something crazy or wanting to get something out there for defense or whatever, there's not too much of a reason to do it. Like I won't irradiate things until I'm actually about to use them. Typically.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So I gain 3, go to 4. At least cost 1. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see here. I'm at 4 currently. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'll play. Stand it off for 2. Draw 3. Discard 2 cards or a mutant. Huh. Weird. Well. Let's see here. Weird draw. I don't want to discard that, but I might have to. That's weird. Well, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to. I think it's really annoying, but based on the draw. I mean, I don't know what else to do.
You're deciding which cards to discard.
Yeah, and this is because of the hand. It's like, well, there's not really a lot of great options here for really anything. And I guess that's it because I had 4. So back to you.
Okay. Gain 4. Draw.
What cards did you discard with standing off?
I mean, I discarded 1 to tangle. I didn't really want to, but
Gotcha. Okay.
Because of the rest of the hand, I feel like I kind of have to at the moment. It's hard to say, really, truthfully.
Gotcha. Okay.
That was really the right play, but I don't know what else to do at the moment. So this is definitely not quite the opening I wanted, but it's all right. I'll hopefully, eventually draw into things that I do want.
That's. I hope too.
Otherwise, this won't be the most exciting game for you. Let's.
So I'm gonna pay 1 to activate Smart.
Sure.
I'm gonna pay another 1 for Botched Operation. I'm gonna kill 1 of these and generate 2 specimens.
And they go to the lab, just to be clear. But you can rush them up, yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's no reason not to.
And then I'm going to play Macro Amoeba and irradiate it. Everything has rush.
Yep.
Flash.
3, 4, 5.
So
Good luck, gentlemen.
these are 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Good luck, you guys. I'm gonna jump into the other one. Hello.
Hello.
I am promoting you. I'm granting you promotions.
Yeah, he went to go get a drink, so
That's
say
it.
he'll be back in like a minute.
Hydration's very important.
All right.
Cool. We're back. Well, time to spare. How we feeling? This is it. This is for all the cookies. All the specimen
Yeah.
cookies.
I
No
mean,
pressure.
yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to gotten here. I feel like it's gonna sound a little pretentious, but I feel like it was the expectation with what I mean, you saw the write up, right? Like,
No, yeah, we've been having some
we've
good
had the discussions. We've had some good discussions. So I feel like this is where this deck should be at. I think anything less would be a failure.
I'm proud to see you both in the finals. Two new players to the competition and relatively new players to the game in its iteration now. Good luck to both of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I'm learning as I go.
This is a perfect environment for it. And make sure you don't shuffle your stage 2s.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to get.
It'll be better in real life because it'll be two-faced. I don't know why it's not exporting otherwise, but
well, when you export it from the database, you can just like put your like because your thing starts like this, right? With your stage 2 on top. You just put your character out, and then you just draw however many cards are on top until you're to 45, and it brings all your stage 2 in.
Yeah, that's how I do it too.
And Jeremy,
yes.
Only one critique.
Yeah.
I need some foils, bro.
That once people give a damn, that's on the horizon. I'd love to see some shiny characters and tokens and stuff.
All right.
Cool.
So
right.
I'm set up. Let's see here.
Okova versus Iwata. I love it.
I roll?
Yeah, we can roll.
Okay. I got a 4.
6.
Already.
What is the actual turn order for what's the order for like the start of the game? Because like normally you wouldn't make your choice of go first or go second, so you draw cards.
Is that true?
Let's see. You have the draw one card for the thing is at the end. You would gain brains. You would do any turn start effects, and then you draw.
No, not that. I'm talking about the start of the game. Like before we just because I won the dice roll, right? Do I mulligan and then choose if I go first? Do I draw my cards and then choose do I go first? Or what?
Oh yeah, you choose first, and then the way we've been doing it is you choose first before you know your hand. So it's kind of about like my deck
most TCGs are like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Because it's been different in every game I played. First game I played, we did it after we drew. The second game, we did it after we mulliganed, and then this one, I'm gonna go first anyway. But
okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna do my
mulligan. Do the commencement Godzilla roar.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I wish Z was here for that.
No, he'll see it in the live stream, which I think is.
I will. I needed Z to do good because I helped build his deck.
So when we mulligan, do we draw the 2 and then shuffle the cards in, or
yeah, you put the cards you don't want out and then draw and then shuffle the cards you put down back in.
Correct.
Okay. I guess that's where I got it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna send 3, draw 3. All right, I am ready if you are.
Yep.
All right, cool. I'm gonna play and physicist and pass.
Okay. Let's see here. I will get to draw a card. Weird hand. Play a Tangle out for 2.
Alright.
And I'm gonna activate her. Let's see if I'm doing this right. So I can do this to grab a beta rad.
Yeah, and equip it.
And it equips it.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And then at the end of the turn, I'll put that there and
Yep.
pass turn.
Game 3. Draw 1. Can I pay 1 for a radioactive door? Then I'm gonna pay 1 to irradiate it. Whenever I irradiate for the first time, physicist deals 1 damage and gives him momentum. He already has. And when he's damaged, he moves up. And then I am going to use my Volkova ability to ping my boar for 1. Since he already took damage this turn, I get to draw a card. And then my boar is at 5 power. And I'm going to swing.
It doesn't have rush though.
When he dealt damage, he moves to the field.
Yeah, as long as it's in the field, it's able to attack for you. So it's kind of
Okay.
like a pseudo rush.
Yeah, there is no summoning sickness.
Let's see here. I'll take the 5.
And pass turn to you.
Draw. Or should be at what, 4?
4.
Okay. Draw a card. Jesus. I'm gonna play Poetry Motion.
Okay.
Actually, that wouldn't work, would it? Let me see here.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. You can't. You could irradiate it once.
Yeah. That seems like not the best, though. Let's see. What I'll do is I will activate to toss
discard
it. Yeah. Let's put an alpha rad here. Or I mean a beta rad.
Yeah.
Let's.
You discarded with the Iwata? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you can irradiate it if you want. Got it.
I'm gonna do that for 2.
Well, yeah, her irradiate's mandatory.
Oh, is it mandatory? Okay.
It says then irradiate. Does not say you may.
Got it.
True. Thank you.
Okay. Let's see here. So we got that. Pass turn, I'll bank 1 brain.
Yep.
And I'll move that up here.
Alright. I will gain 5 from 1. I'm gonna pay 1 for hazardous conditions. I do 2 damage to my physicist, and I will do 4 to your tangle with 2 reds. And I'm going to play a contaminated crony. Going to play a necrozyvan. Then I'm going to irradiate my necrozyvan. And because I irradiated physicist triggers, I deal 1 damage to my boar. And then I will use Volkova's ability to damage my boar again. And I get a card. So now my boar has 7 power. And I will swing my board. And you will take 3 because it has momentum. Alright, move my crony up, and I will end my turn.
Shoot up 6.
Yeah, you can.
Draw a card. Professor, roll 1.
Yeah, get the beta right.
Mhm.
That's turn.
Pass. Okay.
So you can only bank 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can only, yeah, but like I have nothing to play.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so you just go down to 3.
Yeah.
And you'll go up to 8 at the start of your turn.
Correct. Yep.
Right. I will draw my card. I'm going to play an ICM Benefactor. And then I'm going to play my Stand-in Awe for free because of Benefactor. I would draw 3. I'm going to dump off stuff. And now I'm going to play my Research Analyst. And 2 cards enter play, so I can examine my top 2 and draw 1. And then this card goes on the bottom. Then I'm going to pay 1 to irradiate my Necrocybin, and I will ping my Necrocybin with Physicist because I have to. And I will swing at you for 1 with Chrono. And I'm going to move these 2 up. And pass turn. And well, before turn ends, I use Necrocybin to obliterate this to do 2 to you. And now it's your turn.
pop this to my hand, draw a card.
There's a question for Jeremy in the chat.
Officer.
This came up once before. It's a very good one. It's another good question along with the Saboteur. It's to do with whether or not you gain the brains from Lobetrotter if it's on the defense. Right now, I believe it's written like it does.
Yeah, I think it's just if it destroys something.
It's a strong mutant that way. With the Pursuer, it's like, oh, this is offensive. This is offensive, but that's kind of a workaround there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the selling point right now is just it has a 5 health.
Right.
Just hard to beat over. Okay.
Let's see.
Hold the card.
I'll play Dog Pile. And I'll deal 2 damage to what's bothering me most.
Okay.
Let's see. Portrait motion for 4.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, 4. Shit, 1 extra. So it's gonna be the first time around and then a second time. Then end the turn. We'll go here. And pass turn.
I go to 5. I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to pay 2 for an Iceland Benefactor, which allows me to pay 1 for a Mutant Wrangler. Yeah. And Mutant Wrangler lets me summon a mutant for free and do damage to each other, so my Bloodletting Bud was a 2. And then I'm going to spend 2. I'm gonna move these for a second to play a Bloodletting Bud. And then end of turn or deploy. I'm gonna move these 2 up, and then Necrosagon will trigger and send this to D2.
Damage. Okay. Alright, my turn. Gain 5. Draw. Bring this back to my hand. Gain 1. Draw a card. Take. Should have been a 6. And that's 7. And then now back at 6. Okay. That's from the beta rat. Officer. Yeah, bad drawing. Should have mulliganed like everything. Nothing in my hand that can help. And I might as well 1, 2, 3. Anything on your side that I want to kill? Go ahead.
My turn?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to gain 5 and draw 1. I'm going to pay 1 to irradiate my Bloodletting Bud. And I'm going to have my Physicist do 1 damage to it. And then I'm going to use Volkova's ability to damage my Bud again, because it took damage. I get a card. And now I'm going to play Master Blaster. And then I'm going to play a flop. Master Blaster, when the next mutant I play comes into the field, or comes into play, I can do 1 damage to it and irradiate it. And because flop took damage, I get a card. I'm going to swing with all 4 of my units.
Yep.
Yeah, Blood Wrangler. Okay, so you take 5. I'm going to pay 1 to just irradiate my Bud. And move these 2 up. And then Turn in, Necrosarvin obliterates 1, do 2, do 2. And pass to you.
Should go 7. I won't trigger. I'll draw a card. We'll go to take stock. Draw a card. That's 3. 1, 2. Saboteur. And that card should have created this. Radiate 1. I'll bank 1 end of turn. Before that, move a couple up. Draw a card. Go ahead.
Get 5, draw 1. I'm going to pay 1 to irradiate my flop. When I irradiate, I get to do my damage, something. Then I will use Volkova to ping flop. Once again, I got my flop. Yeah, so ping flop, I got a card. And then GG.
Yep.
Because I
Good job.
Yeah, I played Blood, which does 10.
And King and Detour just finished as well. King won that match, and Zenkai won this match. Let me add that to the register. Great work, guys.
Yep. I hope it was the game you wanted to see, Jer.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy I'm seeing games, happening. Like 8 people playing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very flattering.
Yeah, that's something. As I've been working on my own project, that I'm like, man, the fact that somebody could actually play these cards that I'm making right now seems very surreal. So to actually have a full tournament of 8 people for your first ever constructed tournament. I mean, I've played in. I mean, the first tournament I played, talked about it last time. I mean, it's a pretty big game now, but I mean, it had 8, 9 people in this first tournament. So.
Yeah, no, I'm humbled. Yeah, I'm glad
Yeah.
we can keep it going too. Like the numbers are retaining, so that's also.
Yeah,
good,
I'm happy for it.
Yeah.
You got a good game here.
Thank you so much. This was cool to see. The Doom Bloom tournament defining, it seems.
Yeah.
The specimens are popular, I'm noticing. Different ways of trying to make it work. I'm noticing that. Yeah.
I will say about because it's like, oh, here's Doom Bloom and then here's specimens, right? I feel like those are like the only 2 real archetypes in the game. Like the bounce stuff is sort of an archetype, but it's more of an engine. Like Lobetrotter is like your payoff, but it's like it's not the same as like specimens or like this like self-damage stuff, because this self-damage stuff has multiple payoffs and it has a full. It feels like it has a full archetype built around it. The bounce stuff helps you. It gives you advantage for bouncing stuff, and it's like you get your Lobetrotter, but it's kind of like with like Shelly. Shelly doesn't have like a archetype, quote unquote. Like she more has an engine, like the self-mill stuff. Your biggest payoff, like within the archetype itself, is just fleshy imitation. But it's like that's your payoff. That's not really your like archetype. Like you can play Shelly without playing it, and it would do fine. You just use it as an engine. So it's like right now, I mean, the card pool is pretty limited. It's 102 cards?
About, yes, I believe that's right, 102.
So it's like not every archetype has like a predefined thing, and also there's like 3 characters that can use specimens really well. Iwata uses specimens. Smart uses specimens. Shelly can play specimens. And then the other 2 can play specimens, but you probably wouldn't. And then your other archetype is Apex, and Apex is not really an archetype. It's more of a feature. Because like the one like I said this in my write-up, right? The one assistant that's like or not assistant character that's supposed to use Apex, which is like Albert, right? He's like the Apex guy, doesn't actually help you play Apexes You usually go into your Apex to then summon Albert. Right. Albert is not really a character. He is a Magic the Gathering commander.
Interesting.
Most of the you can go entire games and never get a card from Albert effects.
Yeah, you can. Especially because it's only your turn.
That was pretty common for a while because it's hard. It was very hard to trigger him, or you might get it go off one time and put that top to that dog card. Yeah.
Me and Journey, we talked about it. There is, and I said this in my write-up. There's one card that synergizes with Albert's draw effect, and that's Macroamoeba, because it's the only mutant with Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he cares about doing it on his turn. Right.
Yeah, so you can rush Macroamoeba and just without ever irradiating it, because you're not playing specimens, because specimens are counterintuitive to your Apex stuff. And you slam it into your opponent until they block it, and then you get a card. That's basically the only way you ever get it. You can use Pursuer to like trigger it, but it's so niche. Like it's
work around.
And you have to then play the mutants with Pursuer, and then once you have your Apex mutant out, like if you play Ooze, once you put your Ooze down to build up counters onto it to then try and get your Albert out, right? You can't play your Tangle anymore. You can't play you can't play your Macroamoebas anymore. And so, or else you lose your Ooze. And it's like, if you lose your Ooze, you get a card from it because it did expire. But it's like, you're just kind of like, once you set up the engine to get out Albert, you can't really play mutants anymore. And so you're just kind of sitting there like, I guess I'll just throw my endless assistance at you and hope I can wall long enough.
Yeah,
that's fair. I can see why you say that.
And all of it, his other assistants are just kind of weird. Like Panic Populace is such weird. It's weird because of how the game plays right now. Because like, let's say you make King Zogaira, right? He's like the best Apex in the game that's not Albert. His best use is to keep him in the lab and ping your opponent's lab. Because if you put him up front, there's a decent chance that if he gets hit with 2 removal procedures, that you just lose the game.
That's kind of right. That's kind of the drawback to the Apex, but it's not. And so the reward, the payoff is not there.
Yeah, and so like you play Panic Populace because you want your big guy to swing, but none of them have momentum except Albert. And it's kind of hard to get momentum on there. You can use Physicist. Yeah, Flying Fish kind of has momentum, but
yeah,
fish don't care.
But it's also, I think Flying Fish is just so hard to get out. He takes insane resources, and then he still takes block damage.
That's true.
And
that's actually my biggest problem with Flying Fish.
Yeah,
like let's say
the neutral rad requirements, I think, which will be coming up, I think, will help with that. So that way you can make a guy with like 3 alpha rays and then 2 of anything else. Like Deidre's, with those rules, you maybe would have had to fish out like 2 turns earlier or something that one game.
Yeah, like
4 or 5 because I would have just dumped rads in.
Right.
But also, Fish benefits from like bumping up with like aggression and stuff to really turn it into a monster that swings. Which Zogira can't do, Albert can do, but it's you have to get Albert then. Yeah. I'm of the opinion that Zogira is probably the best Apex, but if you want to swing, then Fish is the best Apex.
Yeah, it's just like you swing Fish, right? Fish is a 1/6.
Yeah, it's a 1/6.
Yeah, I mean it comes down to 6/6. But so if you swing Fish, like I have my stream up right now. It's just the board of the finals match. You swing Fish. I block with Benefactor, right? I take 6. My Benefactor dies. Your Fish takes 2.
Correct.
I can now play Hazardous Conditions to kill your Fish.
Yep. Or you can Pursuer to take it out when you put it up before rush.
And
you have to rush it out.
Yeah, and it's like it's so weird because it's like, and like a card like what's the rush one that costs 3. What'd you say?
I was thinking Behemoth. I don't know the other.
You know, it costs 3. It's a 2/3 with rush when an Apex is created.
Oh, the Eyewitness orders, yeah.
Yeah, Eyewitness. Eyewitness, it's like, okay, it's kind of troublesome to get the 3 cards, but it's like, oh, I'll just play Ooze, and I can throw Ooze down and get 3 cards. It's like,
Actually,
you know,
that doesn't work right now.
nope,
Because
doesn't
it's not
work.
created.
Does not work. Also, Albert, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I put this in my write-up, Germ. With Albert. So Albert is like whenever one of your non-specific mutants you control expires during your turn, draw a card. That I think like half of that wording is good. Because it's like when it expires, so it's like it doesn't matter how it expires. But
During your turn is a problem.
yeah. The other problem is that like, okay, let's say you build up my Albert deck, mostly it was just I play Ooze, I keep it in my because it's the easiest one to play. And it starts with 3 power. Play like get 2 devotees out and stack up Ooze, right? Alright, cool. I get my Albert down to like 6. I have enough to play Albert. I bank the brains to play Albert. I play Albert. Albert flips and then comes into play.
Yeah,
Which
so you don't
means
get any of the
he doesn't
triggers.
get his effect for destroying the mutant that you worked hard to get Albert out with. Don't even get the card from it. Albert is weird. It's one of those things where it's like I think
It's the
Albert
weirdest
is
one. Yeah, that was like also kind of the point. Like, let me make a weird one.
Mhm.
Like,
it's like
let me step out and see how it shakes up things and
yeah.
see what the design space is.
In a competitive sense, right? Albert is weird because in all of my testing, I told you I did a ton of testing for this, right? Albert is the character I lost the most to. Even though I think he's the worst character in the game because he doesn't actually play like a real character, and he doesn't really do anything for you, and he doesn't do anything for his archetype except give you a bigger payoff. Mm-hmm. If Albert does hit the board, if you don't have Without a Trace, if you don't have Grim Surgeon, you lose the game. You cannot, unless you're sitting on 3 Hazardous, right? You have to have a crazy hand if you don't have those 2 cards. If you do send Albert back, you probably just win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's really weird because it's like if he does hit the board, you don't have an answer. You can basically just be like, "Can you do anything in 2 turns?" And your opponent's probably like, "No." And it's like, "Okay, GG, shake my hand, close game." So playing Albert, when you win, you feel like this is the most broken thing I've ever played in my life, and then when you lose, you're like, "This is the worst thing I've ever played in my life."
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to play the game because like it's like you can build Apex and it's like, okay, I'm just not going to really focus on Albert to just play Shelly. If you play Albert, you have to focus on Albert because his only real use is summoning.
Yeah, he's the win con. Like that was the mission statement. Like, let me make a character that is a win con. It kind of works like a unit, and then
and like
had a billion iterations. This is where we're at now. Yeah.
Yeah, when I did my write-up, right, I said that Shelly probably uses the Apex package better than Albert does. Because Shelly gives you benefits for playing the game.
There's a few characters that are like it seems like Iwata uses specimens better, Shelly uses Apex units better. Like there's a few things like that are opinions that are starting to crop up. And I'm starting to analyze that. And partially that's like
I don't think Iwata uses specimens better than Smart. She plays. I think Iwata. The thing I like about the Iwata Smart decision of what you want to play, they play different. Yes. Like Smart can play cards that Iwata can't, and Iwata can play cards that Smart can't.
Right.
Effectively, like Mutant Farmer works incredibly well with Iwata. Saboteur sucks with Iwata. Saboteur with Smart is insane because you go Macro Amoeba, get my Macro Amoeba. When I swing with Saboteur, it creates 2 specimens.
Yeah.
And if your opponent only has 2 blockers, now your Macro Amoeba and Saboteur are safe. You swing the 2 specimens, that's 5 damage guaranteed that your opponent can't do anything about. And when they swing next turn, because 30 HP is a lot to go through.
Yeah.
You can just take a few hits and just keep that engine going. And then once your colored critter goes down, your opponent's like, well, shit, my time has come.
Yeah.
And then once you have the cutlet critter, you said that you were radiated twice, play your normal turn, and sit there. Your opponent desperately tries to do something. You just block with all of your stuff in the field because you're not going to use it anywhere. And then go and then just use Cutler Critter, move everything up, give him momentum. Cutler Critter, when it comes out, has at minimum 8 attack. So, like, that's a huge swing in and of itself. The minimum damage you can do with a Cutler Critter, not assuming you're not using like 0 power cards, like Necro 7, is 20 damage, I believe. That's yes, 20 damage. That would be one Cutler. That would be one Beefhemoth swinging with 4 specimens that aren't buffed except by Beefhemoth. That's 20 damage. With momentum. So it's like if 2 Beefhemoth swing at you, you're probably dead. And if Beefhemoth swings while there's a Swarm Queen on the board and there's some specimens set up, you definitely lost the game.
Right.
Specimens are weird to me. Like, I didn't lose to them in my testing very much, but when I did lose, it felt horrible.
Felt bad. Why?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Like, it's weird. Like Beefhemoth is super strong. Where it's like, but it's like, I don't know if he needs to be nerfed at all. Like, I don't want to be the person who's like, oh, here's this thing that I don't.
No, I think it's a bar. It's one of the earlier stage 2s I made back when the decision was like, the stage 2s are your finishers. Let me make like a finisher. Like this is what it was. That's the perfect one I point to. Is like, this is what the bar I think I would like it to be. But I don't know where I would look to nerf him per se.
My thing, I don't think he needs to be nerfed directly.
Yeah.
Until, especially because you said we're getting more lab interaction.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
That'll be the big thing. Once you get, because getting the critter out, you can only turn a critter into a Beefhemoth without your opponent reacting in terms of like being able to see it. If you have 6 mana and Iwata discard, or if you have 7 mana. You can just summon critter, irradiate it twice, and then flip it.
Right.
But it's hard to bank that, and if your opponent's playing specimens, it banks 7 mana with like 3 or 4 cards in hand. You're like, I wonder what you're doing.
Right.
I see.
Yeah, the telegraphing is there. I think I'd rather make new cards than mess with the old ones, and then just like,
Yeah, like Doombloom and Beefhemoth are like the 2 like biggest. They get away with murder because like my opponent in my second game, I played Mutant Wrangler, Bloodletting Bud, Mutant Wrangler, Bloodletting Bud.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I think like when I played my second Bloodletting Bud, it was like 5 minutes into the game. I kid you not, he said, I think he won. That's how bad it like the Volkova mirror was like, he had Vim, but he didn't have his buds out. I summoned 2 buds before he had 0, so it was like, I mean, mathematically you win. Like, there's nothing I can do. As now, when you play against Apex, you kind of have to worry about it a little bit because there's Zogyra hatching and Zogyra itself that can, like, if you set up your bud incorrectly, it can get sniped. But your opponent has to summon all of that. And like you can flip a Doombloom and do 10 damage before your opponent could make a flying fish. Easily.
Yeah, that's true.
And Doombloom does 10 damage on Mutate in a game with no HP recovery.
Yep.
So it's like, damn, but no, Z went 0-3. No.
Oh, just matched. Good, it's fun.
The duality of man. I built 2 decks. One for me, and I helped Z with his. I went 3-0, and Z went 0-3.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Okay, let me submit these final scores.
Yeah, but I still enjoy the game a lot. I enjoy it a lot because I know it's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Or if it stayed like this, if this was like, hey, this is my product, if this is going into print tomorrow, I'd be like, that's great. I'm happy for you. Make that bread.
We're gonna make we're gonna make it better than this. I think this is I'm happy where it's at now. Like I said earlier, I wouldn't have had a tournament if I didn't think things were generally balanced to an extent. So like the stuff that is sticking out is like everyone agrees with is like, oh, this is like above the line, and now we can do it together. So I'm very pleased with where we're at. I'm like so thankful and grateful for everyone's time to do stuff like this. It helps me make the game that I want. And I'm excited to share it with you guys.
Yeah,
let me
I'm
share results.
happy to have played it.
Thank you so much. I'm going to post the results. And first and second place winners, I'll ask for your address if you would like to receive specimens and a letter and some stickers. I will do that. If not, I respect your privacy. That's totally cool.
Yeah,
And
I'll get that. I'll get that to you.
thank you. And then I will say this match is over.
Yeah.
Release you. Thank you so much for playing, everyone. So the final results are Kaiser, Zenkai, you win. You have you're 3-0-0. Two Flint is second place with 2-1. And third place was Mountain Dewey.
Hey.
And fourth was King. And the rest have like less than that. Deejers, you're at fifth. Timix at sixth.
Yeah.
Detour, who was the third place winner, is now in seventh. And Zilla is the champion with 0-3. And yeah, this if you are following on Challenge, all your results are recorded there, so you can see your progress over time and things like that. Just a general question: what would you do to change your deck? If you haven't already answered, I had a general question earlier, like in the halftime. What would you swap out? What would your deck, your sideboard look like?
Let me re-look at my deck real quick because, like, I changed it a lot.
Yeah,
as you know, but so let me.
So, like, I think my concept, which was Iwata Apex, works really well, but the cards that I used were not the right choice.
I love your idea. Yeah, I would love to see that like fine crafted a little bit more. I think that's a really cool idea. I'd love to see it pull off more often.
Because there's some redundancy because I was running like Behemoth and so I could like force the fish out and then Apex the fish.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's definitely cards in there that just didn't further the game plan, and I should have had that Mutant Wrangler. Yeah, a couple other things. And definitely not Gem Surgeon.
I don't think I have a card that I would get rid of. The only one I could say that I would get rid of is maybe Defame Captain. I don't know. Every day, my opinion on him changes.